Hi, my name is Suzan Lamens and I'm a friend of the show.
My name is Zainab Summers and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hey guys, my name is Sasha Vickery and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hi, my name is Lloyd Harris and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Jan Faria and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Yes.
Take one. Well done.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Paulini and I'm a friend of the show.
Wow, Jasmine, you got it in one time.
Ready? Play.
My name is Clara Towson and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
I am Francisca George and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Suzan Lamens and I'm a friend of the show.
My name is Zainab Summers and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hey guys, my name is Sasha Vickery and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hi, my name is Lloyd Harris and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Jan Faria and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Yes.
Take one. Well done.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Paulini and I'm a friend of the show.
Wow, Jasmine, you got it in one time.
Ready? Play.
My name is Clara Towson and I'm a friend of the show.
I am Francisca George and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi,
Good
my name is
afternoon,
Suzan
good
Lamens
evening,
and I'm
good
a friend of the
morning,
show.
whatever time it is in
My
the
name is
world,
Zainab
wherever
Summers, and
you
I'm a
are
friend of
tuning
the
in
show.
from. We are tuning into
Hey guys, my name is
the
Sasha Vickery
US
and I'm a friend of
Open
the show.
in New
Boom.
York. We
Hi,
are
my
straddling
name's Lloyd
quite a
Harris
few
and
different
I'm a
matches,
friend
the
of the
early
show.
ones that are beginning on the women's side
Hi,
at least.
my name
That
is
will
Jan
include
Faria
Iga
and I'm a
Swiatek's
friend of the show.
opening match, which will get
Yes.
underway in
Take
about
one.
20
Well done.
minutes.
Hi, my
But
name
for
is
now, we
Jasmine
have four
Paulini
other
and I'm a
matches
friend of the show.
currently in play on the
Wow,
women's side. We also
Jasmine,
have,
you
of
got it
course, some
in
men's
one time.
matches too. We will
Ready?
be across those from time to time as
Play.
well. And do let me know your thoughts in the live chat
My name
as
is
to
Clara
who you
Towson,
think
and
are
I'm a
winning
friend
these
of the show.
clashes. Also get voting in our
I am
polls.
Francisca George and I'm a friend of the show.
Welcome aboard. And also, of course,
Hi,
don't
my
forget to
name is
hit that
Suzan
like button.
Lamens and I'm
And
a
of
friend of the
course,
show.
subscribe to the channel
My name is
if
Zainab Summers and
you
I'm a friend of the
are
show.
new.
Hey guys, my name is
Katie
Sasha
Bolter
Vickery and
against
I'm a friend
Marta
of the show.
Kostyuk is underway, as is, of course, Susan
Hi,
Lamens.
my name is Lloyd
Clash,
Harris
friend of
and
the
I'm a
show,
friend of the
Susan
show.
Lamens, no less.
Hi,
Do let me know
my
your
name
thoughts
is
on
Jan
some
Faria
matches that
and I'm a
occurred
friend of the
yesterday, of
show.
course,
Boom.
including,
Yes.
Kate,
Take one. Well
including,
done.
of
Hi,
course,
my name is
Carlos
Jasmine
Alcaraz's
Paulini
straight
and
sets
I'm a
win
friend of the
over
show.
Valio
Wow,
Pelka,
Jasmine, you got
a
it
3
in
sets
one
win for
time.
Mukova
Ready?
as well yesterday.
Play.
Looks like we've got a comment here. Hi, Jake. Nice to see you.
My name is Clara Towson and I'm a friend of the show.
I will be sharing some scores with you on the screen. Just give me a moment or two for all of that jazz. Okay, cool. That, of course, is Mpechi Pericard's clash. Let's get one of the women's matches. Maybe we'll get Susan Lamens on first. Fucsovics against Shapo as well. Haddad Meyer against the Brit Cartel. I've gone for Haddad Meyer in that one, but honestly, okay, I'm going to get Bolter Kostyuk on first, actually.
Quite quick, a little quicker than the outside courts.
Bolter's held serve in her first game of the match. Kostyuk here serving at 40-30. It's gone to deuce, by the way. It's pretty cool. To get some comments in, I will be responding to them, of course, throughout. I see that Jake has already joined us. I will get to you in a moment, Jake. There we go. Getting some shared screens up for you. Wonderful. Kostyuk here with a game point. I've gone for Kostyuk in this clash, by the way. I know Kostyuk was on a rough run earlier in the summer sort of thing, but I think the form for Kostyuk is slightly better than it is for Katie Bolter, who's also on a pretty rough run right now. Seeing Kostyuk coming to the net, Bolter tries the lob and fails. So it's one game all between these two. I was going to say heavyweights of women's tennis. I guess they're not far away from heavyweights, but they're just below that top division, aren't they? Who's going to have the better career, Marta Kostyuk or Katie Bolter? I'm going Kostyuk. It's on grandstand, by the way, this particular encounter. Grandstand, of course, is the court on which Alina Svitolina crashed out of the tournament yesterday. Maya Joint is in action. Up against Jimenez Kazintseva. I've gone for Joint in this particular one. Of course, Joint beating Alex Ayala earlier on this year in Eastbourne. Okay, I think we're getting some shared scores now at last. You can see Bolter and Kostyuk are at 1-1. Hadad Kartal also at 1-1. Maya Joint is up an early break, by the way, on Jimenez Kazintseva. And Lamens has broken Glozman as well. So she is up a break as well. Bringing you up to date with all the women's tennis. Who have you got winning the US Open? Do let me know in the live chat who you think will ultimately win the title. Both on the men's and the women's side. I've gone for a rather unambitious Iga Swiatek on the women's and Yannick Sinner on the men's. I did go ambitious elsewhere in the tournament, but that isn't really working out very well because one of my big calls was a good run for Clara Towson. Not happening. Oakley dokley. That's brought you up to date with all the scores currently underway on the women's side. So yeah, my tips in these matches were Kostyuk, Hadad Maya, Lamens, and Joint. The Lamens and Joint one already looking prosperous. By the way, this is a screen full of players not really in great form. I'm thinking Hadad Maya, Kostyuk, and Bolter in particular. can see we've got a comment here. Is it from Jake, perhaps? Yeah, just popping out to get some cheese and bread, then we'll be in my element. Tesco just 2 minutes away, so it won't be long. Good, Jake, good. We need you. Oakley dokley. I'm going to get some water very quickly to see me through these first sets at least, and might even put the kettle on as well. Bolter and Kostyuk in a bit of a dogfight in this game at deuce. Oh, and Kostyuk gets the break. So another prediction of mine looking all right. Don't follow all of my predictions, but Lamens has a break point on Glozman, by the way. The umpire in this Kostyuk-Bolter match just having a yawn there. You can see that becoming a meme. Yeah, joint leads 4-1. My tip to go through. Kostyuk upper break. My tip to go through. Lamens upper break. Threatening a double break. My tip to go through. Hadamaya on serve. My tip to go through. Okay, cup of tea, tick. And Lamens does get the double break. So, good news for Suzan. And Kostyuk here, 2-1-15 love. Jimenez hasn't saved us held, so that is now 4-2. And Kostyuk looking pretty confident here. Do hit that like button, and if you're new to the channel, please do hit subscribe. Why are Brits so behind Cartel? What's her story? Is she from the hood or something? Good question, Ghosty. I actually don't have an honest answer for you. I think there's a bit of a uniqueness to her. I also think it might just be 2 or 3 people in the talking tennis community that are behind her, rather than a bigger story. I think probably Raducanu, more broadly, has obviously a much wider support. But there's a nicheness to her for sure. By the way, Ghosty probably riding high after he predicted Zeynep Sonmez to prevail over Katie Volinets yesterday. Could be just, listen, that's just my immediate take on it, Ghosty. I think it's obviously 2 or 3 Brits, obviously, on the panel at Talking Tennis, but also 2 or 3 Brits in the live chat. All right, let's just get some thumbnails organized, because some of these streams do not have a thumbnail. I think they need one. They deserve one. I think Swiatek has a thumbnail, and I think Lamens has one. But Maya Joint and Jimenez Kazinseva don't. And given how Maya Joint is running away with the first set, we better get one done quickly, or the match will be over. Good pun where she's concerned. Katie Bolter holds, but it is still Marta Kostyuk with the advantage. And Jimenez Kazinseva, by the way, lo and behold, has broken back against Maya Joint. So, there we go. I've got my cup of tea, by the way. What are we all consuming today? I'm on the tea. Not too exciting, I know. Kostyuk 15 love. here up a break. Maya Joyner ceded her control in her match with Jimenez Kazantsev. Iga Swiatek is about to get underway. I will be keeping up to date with all things Iga as well. I'm sure Ghosty cannot wait for that. Double bagel incoming for Iga. Kostyuk here with 2 game points for 4-2. I'm back. I'm back. Suzan Lamens is serving for the first set, and Beatrice Haddad-Meyer has gone up a break. So, developments. By the way, I'm still waiting for some tips on who you guys think are winning the US Open. Men's and women's, by the way, please. Bolter threatening the Kostyuk serve. Nice return there that Marta struggled to get her racket on. And it's love 30 on the Kostyuk serve. As soon as Iga and Arango get underway, you will, of course, have my attention on that one. And we've got 3 break points here for Katie Bolter. And the first break point has come and gone. Marta's saved one of these 3 break points. So Marta from 4-1 was she? Or was she 4-2? Either way, she was close to breaking again, at least 15-30 on the Bolter serve. But that's an ace down the tee for Katie. Sorry, for Marta. So there's another break point saved. Still waiting for Arango, and I've got my timings right? Yeah, Arango and Swiatek should be underway by now, right? And yet they're not. Lamens, by the way, double break. One of the breaks has gone. So, dearie me. Bolter and Kostyuk are at deuce, by the way. And a net cord favouring Katie. Volley at the net from Marta Kostyuk is going to go long. There's the arm outstretched. Sorry, not sorry from Katie. And she's going to have another break point. My predictions here suddenly are not looking so good. Still waiting for Iga Swiatek and Arango to get underway. Don't know what's going on there. And Bolter gets the break. Well, well, well. Back on serve. Bolter to serve at 4-all now on grandstand. And Swiatek and Arango are finally underway with Iga serving first, and she wins the first point of the match. So it's 15-love for the number 2 seed. She recently usurped Coco Gauff from that position. And she's on the same side of the draw, I think, as Coco as well. By the way, regarding your point, Ghosty, about Cartal and maybe being popular because she's from the hood. In tennis circles, normally if you're from the hood, that makes you less popular. You would think more popular, but I guess because 99% of people are not from the hood in tennis, they struggle to identify with those that are. Arango has at least won a point anyway. Sip of tea, tick. And Haddad Meyer and Cartal are now about to have the honor of having a thumbnail. Kostyuk here is at 15-30 on the Katie Bolter serve as she tries to get the rebreak. Iga Swiatek with 2 game points against Arango. Do hit that like button, by the way. And of course, if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. So I hope Jake's okay. 31 minutes ago, he said, I'm just nipping to Tesco's. It's just 2 minutes away, so it won't be long. Maybe Tesco's is not as safe as an environment as we thought. Kostyuk breaks. 5-4. She will serve for the first set. Lamens 3-set points against Glozman, and Joint has won that first set finally over Jimenez Kazansaya. She was up an early break, but Jimenez Kazansaya fought back. But now Joint has finally got the break to seal the set. Kostyuk is serving for the first set, and Haddad Meyer has 2 break points on Sonny Cartal, and Lamens has 3 set points, and she's converted on the first of those against Glozman. So, breaking news, Meyer Joint and Suzan Lamens have won their first sets on courts 5 and 11. Not that you probably care. I think I'm going to get Swiatek Arango on my phone. I'm going to have to charge My laptop. Just feels like a non-stop thing at the moment. Arango love 15 on her serve against Iga. Kostyuk serving for the first set. Am I going to get 5 out of 5 for my predictions, by the way? That scoreboard needs to update because Arango is now at 40-15. I tipped Swiatek and Sinner to win their titles. Jake, your ears should have been burning because 3 years ago we were worried about you about to send a search party out. Oh, maybe. Okay, Ghost. I mean, listen, I don't know. You might, maybe your circles are wider than mine. Jane, good to have you on board. That scoreboard is still not updating for Arango, by the way. But I can tell you that she has held serve for 1-all. I can also tell you this, that the stream we have for Had Admire Sonic Cartel would not suggest that Cartel is particularly popular. Kostyuk here, 15:30. Let's hone in on this for a moment. Ready for a forehand return is Katie. She loved that. Now she's on the forehand again. But Kostyuk fighting back nicely. And it's, in the end, a backhand that errs from Kostyuk into Bolter, into the net. So 30-all. Three set points for Had Admire. By the way, remember my predictions from today. Kostyuk, Had Admire, Lamens, Joint, Swiatek. Am I going to get 5 out of 5? At the moment, I'm on target for that. But Jimenez Kazantsev has broken at the beginning of the second set against Maya. Neither player is super comfortable on serve in that particular encounter. Kostyuk has his set point here, by the way. Marta Kostyuk, 40-30. Where are you going with this serve? You are going down the tee. Block return. Forehand now from Marta. Backhand from Katie. Keep going for that backhand, I would suggest, because Katie's much stronger on the forehand. She's loving these forehands, is Katie. Getting good depth on them. Another forehand from her. But they're exchanging forehands right now. Now it's Katie changing direction towards the backhand. And it's going to be a drop shot from Bolter. And it's going to be too good. Marta falls to the ground. I think she's okay. If she's not, then Katie doesn't give a flying proverbial because she's turned away and clenched her fist. And it does take a few moments for Kostyuk to get back to her feet, but now she is on her feet. It's a lovely drop shot, to be fair, from Katie. I think it bounced twice, even though Marta did get a racket on it eventually. But I think it just bounced twice. But it doesn't really matter because Marta's forehand went out either way. And we're at deuce. Sonny Cartal has lost the first set against Had Admire. Had Admire, by the way, who can't really buy many wins this year. Iga Swiatek, by the way, 1-all, 40-30. The scoreboard is updating at last, and it tells you that she has held serve for 2-1. An ace from Marta Kostyuk, bringing up set point once again for the Ukrainian. Indeed, Jane, indeed. I don't think so, Jake. No, I don't think so. It won't be me anyway, because I'm busy working. Kostyuk wins the first set. Job done from her perspective, 6-4. The live chat for the Lamens Glozman match, by the way, is running away with me a little bit. A bit like Lamens is running away with her encounter with Glozman. So Arango and Swiatek return to the court. 1-2. Remember to hit that like button, people, by the way. Are we going to get a bunch of straight setters? I think we'll get some 3-setters in here. But my 5 predictions are looking good. My 5 predictions, 4 of the 5 have all won their first sets. And the only one that hasn't is Iga, but that's because she's only at the beginning of her match over on Ash. And she has love 15, by the way, on Arango's serve. Is it me, or does Arango have a sort of Street Fighter appearance to her? You know, sort of, you know, someone who, you know, I think she could handle herself. That's all I'm saying. 15 all, because Swiatek goes long on the return. Not the most comfortable of starts for Iga, but I do expect her to eventually ease away from her Colombian opponent. Joint up 30 love on Jimenez Kazanseva. Jane has switched to Bolter Kostyuk, and she says, tell Ghosty I say hi in the other stream because I'm not talking to him. The only match I'm keen... When do we know, people in the live chat, can you check for me? Or maybe you just know off the top of your head. When do we get the order of play for tomorrow? Because I would like to know as soon as possible. Yeah, GMP over Musetti. I don't know. For me, that seems like a GMP match to win. Ghosty, by the way, responding with a real vicious return of serve here. John, can you tell Jane that her stream is the YouTube equivalent of the Book of Losers? I don't even know what the Book of Losers is, although that could just be, of course, an invention. Iga Swiatek here with 2 break points, by the way, on Arango. They're into the rally, and it's Arango who puts a backhand into the net, and Iga breaks for 3-1. And that feels like the match, if I'm honest. Jimenez Kazanseva, by the way, just had a break point come and go for a double break lead. But that hasn't quite been materialized because they are back to deuce. Bolter and Kostyuk go underway in this second set with Katie Bolter serving first, 15 all. Lamens has a break point for a double break advantage on Glozman, and you'd think that should be enough. She did have a double break advantage in that first set, of course, that then became just 1 break of serve, but eventually she served it out the second time of asking. Kostyuk here coming into the net. Bolter, volley from Kostyuk. Passing shot from Bolter is not a clean winner, but it's enough to win the point, 30-15. And Glozman saves the break point, so they're at deuce. Probably, Jake. Probably. Please, by the way, if you're a Talking Tennis loyalist, please hit like on all of the streams that we've got going. They all need a bit of love because they're all pretty low on numbers. Oh, look at this. Ghosty and Jake having a bit of a bromance. Jane watching ATP. Yeah, but really it was Fucsovics-Shapo. That's the one I was most intrigued by on the men's side, Jane. Let's bring up some men's scores, shall we? Because I am interested, of course. Okay, Arnaldi winning the first set over Cerundolo. And Fucsovics and Shapo are about to go 5-all potentially if Fucsovics can hold here. That Fucsovics-Shapo match had a long one written all over it. It was, I think, one of them. It was probably the most intriguing match of all the 5 o'clock starts, but it was also the one that I feared could go 4 hours. That's one of the reasons why I didn't do a stream for that one. Arango is yet to hit a winner against Igor Swiatek, by the way. Igor, on the other hand, has hit 5 winners. Mind you, it is 15:30 here on the Igor serve. And Shapo, by the way, has not ceded to Fucsovics, and in fact is at deuce right now on the Fucsovics serve, with the Hungarian, the Winston-Salem title winner, no less, serving to stay in the set. So Shapovalov has a set point on Fucsovics. And Botic, van der Zandschulp and Sebi Korda not exactly flying the Winston-Salem flag very high. And Shapo gets the first set done, 6-4. Kostyuk has a break point on Bolter. Kostyuk has a break point on Bolter. I repeat. And Kostyuk has broken the Brit. So, Marta Kostyuk leads by a set and a break. Jimenez Kazim-Saver, by the way, has a double break advantage on Maya joint right now. And Kartal is up a break on Haddad Maya. I mean, it's not me having a go at Winston-Salem, nor Zach, of course, nor Botic or anyone. It's just they're not winning their matches at the moment. We tried to get accreditation for Winston-Salem, and they said no. Well, more specifically, the ATP said no, because the ATP, of course, well, tennis authorities in general, they love a good sabotage. Swiatek holds serve and leads 4-1. And then people wonder why there's no tennis, no money further down the rankings. When you stymie those that try to shine a light on those further down the rankings. That is what happens. So sketchy, Ghosty, so sketchy. We've been told that we don't do enough PR for the tennis authorities. Well, again, authoritarian. It's unbelievably thus. And pretty much those who work in... they are a bunch of... There's a lot of people in the media, let's say, not a bunch, it's not fair. There's a lot of people, though, in the media that are just PR merchants. Yes, so Winston-Salem wanted to accredit us, but Winston-Salem said the PR team from the ATP did not want our presence. And yeah, it's been a pretty much across the board in tennis, not just the ATP, that think that we're not. I mean, yeah, that should scare. That it's far bigger than their loss, Jake. This is quite scary stuff and pretty bad. Anyway, Glozman has a break point on Lamens to try and get one of those break points back. Yeah, Ghosty. I just wish that other people regretted it, because when you look at social media and you look at how, I mean, I can see what's going on. I can see it. It's as clear as anything that, you know, those that work in the media know their privileged position, know that they cannot do anything. I know of a situation where a journalist collapsed at a press conference, and the authorities were so hell-bent on continuing that press conference that they ignored the collapse. And guess what? The journalists who were present at that press conference are refusing to report it. Why? Because they don't want to lose their accreditation, they don't want to lose their interviews, and they don't want to harm their good relations with those that organize the authorities, because they care more about that than free journalism and their colleagues and the well-being of their colleagues. For me, this is extremely serious, and yeah. As far as I know, yeah, Ghosty, it was just a matter of the European heat too much for this particular journalist. Oh, it's really bad. And I know some of the journalists that know this story, and they are refusing to report on it because they get access. I mean, people seem to be upset with certain regimes around the world, and rightly so, and yet they're also complicit with others. Bolter here has 2 break points on Kostyuk, but the first one comes and goes after she puts a forehand into the net. It's one of the reasons, Ghosty, why I've become, challengers aside and smaller tournaments aside, I didn't apply for the French Open. No, did I apply for the French Open? I think I might have done. I certainly didn't apply for the US Open nor Wimbledon this year. Wimbledon basically told me last year that it's an invitation only scenario. Again, journalism, hey? There is no journalism, really. It's just PR. You will, of course, find some of those super established. They can go against the grain a little bit. No, I genuinely love Estoril, Ghosty. The Estoril tournament, listen, those running the tournaments are, and so Estoril as a name for those running the tournaments are fine. You know, same with the people running the tournaments in Stuttgart, in Winston-Salem, as far as I'm aware, and other tournaments. They want us there because they have sponsors that want Berlin as well, which was probably the worst tournament I've covered on the tour in terms of the strangulation you get from the WTA. But those actually running the tournaments, they want us there. Stuttgart sent us an email saying, we would love you to be here, but the WTA don't. So what can you do? Jimenez, Kazinsaya, still up a double break, leading 4-1 on Maya Joint in the second set. Lamens has just got the 1 break of serve on Glozman. I say 1 break of serve because it was 2, looking like 2 at one point. Kostyuk here having to face another break point number 3 in this particular game. Linz, Ghosty, by the way, I think has a very famous former resident, let's say. Swiatek up a double break on Arango, leads 5-1. So Iga is 3 points away from winning the first set because she's up 15 love as well. Jake, exactly. That's where we're at. But yeah, back to Estoril. I love it. And there is another thing about Estoril. That doesn't mean we won't get strangled from there, Ghosty, by the way, especially as it's returning to a 250 next year. But the other thing with those that run Estoril, it is a bit of an older bunch that are, certainly the media guy is an older guy, and yeah, he knows what he's doing, which is quite rare in this business. 1-1, by the way. Katie Bolter's got the break back on Kostyuk, so they are 1-1. And Joint and Jimenez Kazin Saver look like they're going to go 3. Lamens has got that double break, by the way, up on Glozman. Yeah, I think basically the better, and I would suggest this works across a lot of spectrums, certainly in politics and political and news journalism, and definitely in tennis. I mean, it's even more blatant, I would suggest. The better the journalist you are, the more on the fringes you become. I mean, I see it. I see it across the globe when the journalists that get access to the presidents and the prime ministers. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you. Oh yeah, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you. So good to be here at the whatever place, because it's not just the White House, which of course is the first that comes to mind. It's not just there. It's across the globe. Then you've got the other part of journalism that sort of is, when it's like, oh, I spoke to the prime minister today and he told me, please, 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 you are not the news. All I will say is that for other people, they cannot be as outspoken as me because, of course, they are a little bit closer to the sport than I am. So it's more difficult for others, let's say, that they have to play the game a little bit. Others privately know exactly how it is, but not so many can openly say it. Hadad Meyer, by the way, is love 3 down on Cartel, but she is 30 love up on her serve. And now my predictions are looking a little bit more shaky because my 5 predictions, because Iga's just closed out the first set. By the way, 92% first serves won Iga Swiatek in that first set. 10 winners. Arango is yet to hit a winner, so I think that tells you a little bit about her style of play. Okay, I mean, of course, I don't remember it, Ghosty. Ghosty, I'm not as old as you, so and of course, the obvious one as well, probably even for me at least, globally, more obviously than that, Ghosty, is of course Watergate. But yeah, maybe that was where it peaked. Yeah, Jake, there's getting turned down, and then there's getting blacklisted, and there's a difference. I don't mind being turned down if those ahead of me are more experienced, better at their jobs, know what they're doing, have a bigger audience, for example. But a lot of people that are ahead of us, let's say, have overtaken us just because we've been squashed, is because they are kissing behinds left, right, and center. Kostyuk here with a passing shot, so it's going to be deuce on the Katie Bolter serve. Jimenez Kazin Saver 5-2. So she's close to winning that second set. Hadad Meyer is trying to get on the board in the second set against Cartal. Lamens is getting closer and closer to that finish line against Glozman. And Arango and Swiatek have started their second set. Let's have a quick look on the men's side. Shapovalov and Fucsovics are on serve in the second set. That, for me, as I say, had 3+ hours written all over it. That's not to say it'll go 5, but I think I'd be surprised if Shapo wins it in straights. He's won the first set. Mussetti's up a break on Petri Pedicard in the second set. Analdi, by the way, is up a set and a break on Cerundolo. I mean, it was not an easy first round for Fran, but you know, Fran seems to like it in the Sunshine Double part of the season. And I thought he'd do okay in New York. Just watching an important rally here because Kostyuk has a break point and she's got it. Bolter goes long on the forehand. Do we think that Bolter might have peaked? Just in terms of like maybe her ranking. Did she sort of what's her peak ranking? I'm gonna go with 25, maybe. But also winning, did she win San Diego maybe and maybe one other tournament? Let's have a look. What's her peak ranking? 23, which she achieved in November last year. So not that long ago. She's not number one in the UK anymore, right? I think it's Emma Raducanu, I think. Anyway, Musetti has just gone 5-2 up on Ampeci Pedicard in the second set. Basically, you break the Frenchman and you're almost there, aren't you? But unfortunately, if you don't break him, then you're into a tie break and you are, well, I was going to say in the lap of the gods, but I think Giovanni probably wins more often than not. Arango here serving at the beginning of the second set, and it's 30 all. Okay, that's interesting. I've seen a movie about sort of the emergence of journalism in the US in the 1800s, probably. I like the lap of the gods expressions, but actually it doesn't quite fit it for Giovanni because I think he's a bit more in control, isn't he? Yeah, Jake, I just wish he was as amazing as a journalist. Again, and maybe even as a person too. Let's just say that. Waiting for Bublik Cilic is where it's at. Yeah, may well be. May well be. Ghosty. Oh, sorry, Jane. Sorry, oh my goodness me. That's a real cardinal sin. Lamens, let's get back to the tennis. Lamens here is on the verge of going up 5-1. I haven't Ghosty, but we do have a website, so it's kind of like that. Do you know what I mean? But then, of course, you're not in the lap of the gods there. You're also at the mercy of Google. But yeah, just I thought that a way of looking kind of a bit more professional would be to, have a website, hopefully have that up and running, which, by the way, I would have done by now. But if it wasn't for the powers that be. Oh, by the way, Edmund Willison, Ghosty, I know you asked me about him about 6 months ago, maybe a bit longer, about coming on the show. I have tried, Edmund, not super directly, because it's not like I have his phone number or anything, but I've put out olive branches to Edmund, and I would absolutely love to have him on the show, and maybe one day it'll happen. Lamens, by the way, facing a break point now with Glozman. So this second set may be going the same way as the first because she was up a double break looking very comfortable and suddenly was on thin ice at one point, but ultimately getting over the line, albeit she skidded into the second set rather than breezed into it. Jimenez Kazan-Saver, by the way, 2 points away from winning the second set. And Kostyuk here looking to consolidate. Something that sometimes has been difficult for her. Of course, she won the first game of this set on the Bolter serve, but then wasn't able to consolidate that break. Iga Swiatek, by the way, is up a break on Arango. So despite this match starting half an hour later than the rest, as I suspected, it may well finish before many of the other ones do. Very good, Ghosty. Taps Mike, very good. Small media in general is not welcome, sadly. It's why we've had Facebook bans, Twitter bans, YouTube bans, you name it, bans. And I can tell you now, we're not stealing material from anyone. We're just talking tennis. You know, the people that are running the sport, they think they own it. They don't. They are guardians of the sport. Custodians, perhaps. But they don't own it. Or at least they shouldn't. Iga Swiatek is held for 2-love. And Maya Join has a break point on Jimenez Kazanseva, by the way. Can she get one of those break backs? Breaks back. Break backs? No, breaks back. And she does. 5-3. So it's not done yet, this second set. Bolter here, though, in a spot of bother. Obviously down a set and a break. But she is up 30-love on her serve. I fear that it'll be YouTube next. That's my fear. Because they're coming for us. They're coming for us. And as much as I try, it's tough. It's tough. Basically, what they would like most is just to have, you know, the huge TV companies pumping the money in and themselves to control the narrative. So you just have one huge PR machine. And then the sport becomes even murkier than it already is. Anyway, Kostyuk 3-2. Lamens has a game point for 5-1 and joint under pressure 15-30 on her serve as she serves to stay in the second set. Katie Bolter and Marta Kostyuk at a change of ends. Arango serving here at 30 all as Iga seeks a double break. She got the bagel in the she got the breadstick in the first set. I think we might be looking at a breadstick or a bagel in the second as well, but we'll see how this pans out. Forehand return from Iga, I think, has missed its target. So it's going to be a game point for Arango to get on the board in the second set. So at least she will avoid the bagel scenario that so many people end up on the end of when they face Iga Swiatek. Yeah, I know, Ghosty. They can't have me taking crumbs, indeed. Second best eyebrows there are. What's up, Jane? I stick with TT out of a small lidarity. Jane, have you are you okay today? By the way, have you been enjoying a bit of Grandpop's medicine a little early in the day? Jake, very good, yeah. The problem with the Amorim scenario, Jake, is it's an Ineos project. I mean, they're just too wedded. So yeah, let's think about my predictions once again. I went for joint, Kostyuk, Haddad Maia, Lamens, and Swiatek all won the first set. And yet right now, you'd feel confident about Iga and Lamens, and to some extent Kostyuk. A bit more so now, 30-15 on the Marta serve. Swiatek and Arango back on court. Eager to serve 2-1. Let's have another quick look at the men's tennis going on now. Shapo's up a break in the second set. So me confidently saying that won't be straights for Shapo. Musetti won the second set against Mpechi Pedicard. And Arnaldi is up 2-0 on Sorundalo. When do Cilic and Bublik get underway, by the way? Oh, a little bit later on Grandstand. Grandstand is where this match is taking place, isn't it, between Bolter and Kostyuk? So I'm guessing it's next up on this court. Iga with a smash. It was normally, I would say it was an easy smash, but given the sunshine, that may have been a bit trickier. Kostyuk holds for 4-2, by the way. Real 6 SB90, who has joined the Bolter Kostyuk stream. If you could hit the like button and also hit subscribe, that would be amazing. I was hoping a few weeks ago that we'd make 20,000 during the US Open. But I think that might not happen now. But we're not far away. We'll get there soon enough. Sometime in September. We're about 850 away at the moment. We need Ayala to win the US Open, and then maybe we'll get there. Independent journalism, though, of course. You know. I like to say that we cover Ayala. We don't support her. Musetti's won set 3. Oh, yeah, good. Yeah, Ghosty, yeah. Sorry. I see you correcting yourself, yeah. Joint is at deuce on her serve at 3-5. If she could just hold and make Jimenez Kazantseva wobble. Oh, Glozman's got one of those breaks back on Lamens, just like in the first set. I mean, I know what you're thinking, by the way. Every time I big up my predictions, you're going, John, predicting Iga Swiatek to beat Arango, you don't get any kudos for that. And possibly the other 4 matches as well, in a way. But it's the Iga one that's the gimme. I guess there's a few people that thought Bolter might beat Kostyuk, but not me. Anyone who's seen Katie play the last 6 months or so. No, Ghosty, I did not. And especially, she was up 7-6-3 love. And by the way, there are other predictions that, of course, that I'm not as loud about, but I am upfront about, and they're all documented. Clara Towson, for example, to knock out Arina Sabalenka in the 4th round. Mboko to get to the semis. But the Mboko thing, I do think there's a couple of asterisks. First of all, I said it's all about her first round against Barboda because I felt as though Barboda might handle the occasion better. The other thing as well was the wrist injury. I wasn't aware of that, and maybe I should have been. I knew she skipped Cincinnati, but I just thought it was because of her exertions. But she picked up the injury in the semi-final in Canada and then managed to beat Osaka in the final. I didn't realize that wrist was so bad, and you could see it throughout the match yesterday, or certainly as it wore on. That had a huge influence on her, and her service speeds were well down. Kostyuk with a bag of ice on her head. Trying to keep cool. If you're watching right now and you haven't hit the like button, please do it. And if you haven't clicked subscribe, also do that as well, to keep up to date with all things tennis. Yeah, I'm still, by the way, you might have responded to this and I missed it. Can somebody tell me, when do we expect the, joint held? By the way, Jake, we've been talking about Maya Joint for the last hour and a half almost, and I haven't seen it or heard a single pun from you. Not to me, Ghosty. No, but someone I know. Yeah. And it wasn't terrible, but it was also pretty blatant and just, yeah. And it was very much big guy, little guy scenario. So, yeah, he's obviously established himself. Good for him. Yeah. By the way, I see there's another tennis players podcast media outlet. Just what we needed. Another tennis players podcast out there. And by the way, this is not me coming at it from I think that they don't take anything away from talking tennis. They just dilute the already extremely diluted market amongst former tennis players out there, or current tennis players as well, producing stuff. $30 love, Marta Kostyuk here, 4-3 $30 love. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to say Madison Keys, Naomi Osaka, and maybe one or two others. Don't remember. Doesn't matter, really. The only thing is that, yeah, no, it doesn't matter, really. Okay, Kostyuk here, down the tee. Good serve from Marta as she edges closer to the finish line. 40-15 now, 4-3. Jimenez, Kazan-Saver, and Maya Joint, by the way, are in an incredible dogfight. Jimenez, Kazan-Saver is serving for the second set again. She couldn't close it out the first time. She's at 30-15 the second time of asking. Lamens has broken Glozman again and will serve for the match. Sonny Kartal has broken Haddad Meyer again and is going to serve for the second set. And there feels like a real momentum shift there on court number 12. And Joint is at 30 all on Jimenez, Kazan-Saver. Iga Swiatek, by the way, just the one break she has in the second set over Arango. 6-1, 3-2, 15 all. Probably not, Ghosty. There would be and there could be if those running the sport knew what they were doing. But anyway, we got a break point for Maya Joint. 30-40. And Bolter serving to stay in the match has just hit that backhand long. 3-5, love 15. And Joint has a break point to get it back on serve. Talk about momentum shifts as well. Love 30 now. Well done, Marta Kostyuk, by the way. That return especially. I mean, she really did well to get a racket on that. Never mind get it back over the net. And Katie Bolter just throwing a racket on the ground. Not quite racket abuse level, I would say. But, yeah, her career direction is looking a little different to Alex de Minaur's right now. It's not to say that she won't arrest the slide. But, yeah, she might even arrest the slide in this match. Who knows? And Arango's Swiatek rally of 16 shots there. Lovely forehand from Katie. That's still there or thereabouts. Now she's going to have another forehand chance, and she puts that away, 15-30. Maya Joint has broken, by the way. Jimenez, Kazan-Saver And they are back on serve. Well. And Suzan Lamens is the first winner of the day on day 3 at the US Open. 6-4, 6-2 over Glozman. A little bit of both, Ghosty. I mean, I quite liked it in general. I mean, listen, I enjoyed watching. As much as I understand those that criticize definitely the lack of doubles players, there could have been more. And I think that's an easy fix. Congrats, friend of the show, Suzan Lamens. By the way, Suzan, when I began that little spiel, I said, look, don't be nervous. She said, I'm not nervous. With real authority. And she's through. And by the way, we've got some match points here for Marta Kostyuk. One has come and gone, but there's going to be another one for the Ukrainian. She's on return, so she's going to get at least a couple of bites of the cherry. Good depth there from Katie Bolton. Lovely forehand from Katie, but this is going to be a nervy drive volley. She puts it away. Cool as a cucumber, Katie. Juice. Good that Ghosty and Jake using various informal UK stroke US expressions. As you began that, Jake, who would I pick as a doubles partner? I had one person in mind, and it wasn't Nurlan, yourself, or Ghosty. Because I'm reading that going, oh, yeah, you know, I think I've seen questions like this before. Who would you choose as a doubles partner? And I knew exactly who I'd be choosing. And yeah. It certainly wouldn't be Nurlan because, you know, he'd just wander off. He'd be alongside you and then just wander off. Another match point for Marta Kostyuk has come and gone after she puts a backhand into the net. Iga, by the way, had a slightly tricky hold in the previous game, and she's now at 4-2. Kartal has won that second set, and Maya Joint has held her serve. I mean, she is on a roll right now. 5-2 down she was. 4 games in a row, including 2 breaks of serve, of course. And now it's Jimenez Kazintseva who is walking the tightrope, serving to stay in the match. Match point again for Marta Kostyuk. Is it match point number 4, I'll say? Yeah, match point number 4. Good serve down the tee. Bolter in charge of this rally, it would seem. Exchanging forehands right now, and Marta Kostyuk goes into the net on the forehand. So it's deuce. Well. Jimenez Kazintseva against Joint. Love 15. Oh dear, what a collapse that has been. By the way, I'm surprised no one's asked me who my doubles pick would be. Kostyuk, match point number 5. Okay, they're into the rally here. Good depth. There's a bit of breeze I can see affecting the trajectory of the ball. Really good forehand there from Marta. She's going to let this bounce, but actually it's almost neutral now in the rally. Backhand from Katie. Forehand drive volley goes into the net from Kostyuk. And the 5th match point has come and gone. And you know what? If Katie holds here, that is going to heap a whole load of pressure on Marta to try and serve it out. I do think the wind maybe is playing a part with some of these shots, particularly that drive volley we saw at the end there. But we saw how well Bolter dealt with the drive volley earlier. Swiatek has broken Arango, by the way, and will serve for the match when they return to the court. Good play there from Bolter, really picking up the level of aggression, and Kostyuk can't deal with it. We've got a game point for the Brit. Second, Ashley. Ashley Partridge. Long time no see. Please do hit the like button, by the way. How you doing? We're doing fine. No, it wouldn't be Sonny Cartal. Katie Bolter holds with a serve down the tee that Kostyuk can't deal with. So they will sit down for a change of ends. 5 match points for Marta Kostyuk have come and gone, many of which felt like they were on her racket. Perhaps even more so that last one when she stuck the drive volley into the net. And yeah, change of ends. Kostyuk will serve for the match. So she is going to get, as I said, another bite of the cherry. Oh, Jimenez Kazan-Save a held serve. That's a big hold, having lost the previous 4 games in a row. So they're into a tiebreak. Lamens is already through. Kostyuk will serve for the match. Hadadmire Kartal are into a 3rd set. And Iga Swiatek and Arango have just returned to the court with Iga about to serve for the match. No, Ghosty. I wouldn't mind Paolini. Wouldn't mind Paolini, but I've got another choice. That bag of ice is back on the head of Kostyuk. It fell from her head. She managed to control that bag of ice, much like she controlled that drive volley. Not very well. Keep going, people. As soon as I see you mention my doubles partner, I will say, yep, you've got it. You think Ayala can shock people, do you, Ashley? Well, yeah, maybe. Sean, I'm not saying. Just keep coming with your guesses. Surely one of you's got to get it. I mean, it's a top 50 player, let me tell you that. So there's a 1 in 100 chance. It's not Townsend. It's not Ayala. And it's not Paolini. So there's 97 players to go. Swiatek here, 30 love, by the way. 5-2 in this second set. So she's 2 points away from sealing the match. Meanwhile, Bolter is at love 15 on the Kostyuk serve. Smash here, is it? No, she's not going to take the smash. She's going to go for the forehand, is Kostyuk. Bolter on the defense with a... Oh, and has that missed that forehand? It has. Good defense there from Bolter. And it's love 30, ladies and gentlemen. Well. Not Carlos Ashley. 96 players to go. Skopsky as a top 50 singles player. Tiafoe, no. Not Novak. Not Iga. Not Iga, no. Kostyuk comes into the net and she can't pick up the volley. Love 40, 3 break points. Katie Bolter. It feels as though this is mental right now in terms of the energy that Katie has taken from those match point saves. Draining the energy, by the way, like Kostyuk does from an ice bag. And it's love 40. Well. Backhand return goes into the net from Katie Bolter. So one of the break points has come and gone. Good serve there from Marta. She's going to need a couple more of those. Rajiv Ram is not a top 50 singles player currently, Ghosty. 2 match points for Iga Swiatek. Jack Draper, definitely not, no. Shelton, no. but it's not the one I've got in mind anyway. 2 match points here for Iga Swiatek. Oh, Bolter's missed that forehand wide, so another break point has come and gone for her. Iga Swiatek here on serve. It's a good first serve. She's on the forehand. She's going to come into the net. She puts that forehand away, and Iga Swiatek is safely through 2-1 to the second round of the US Open. Straight sets win, much like it was for the number 1 seed, Aryna Sabalenka. Tommy Paul, no. So yeah, Iga Swiatek is through. I'm going to get this tiebreak up between Joint and Jimenez Kazintseva. Where are you? Come on, come on. We haven't got all day. Oh, dearie me. What court are they on? Court 5, okay. I can't find it. Oh, we've got a match point number 6 now for Marta Kostyuk. Dearie me. Kostyuk serves down the tee. Forehand from Katie Bolter. Forehand Marta Kostyuk. Surely it's going to be too much. Surely it's going to be too much. It is. And Kostyuk gets over the line at the 6th time of asking. She's done it 6-4, 6-4. And I've found Maya Joint's tiebreak. 5-3. So, through in straight sets, Iga Swiatek, Marta Kostyuk, and Suzan Lamens. Is Maya Joint also going to go through in straight sets, or are we going to get a third set between her and Jimenez Kazintseva? Haddad Maia and Cartal, by the way, are into a third set. 5-4 now. Someone here hoping that Maya Joint, by the way, closes it right here. Well, she's not done it yet. Junie Bees. By the way, Junie Bees, please do hit the like button. And if you haven't already done so, please hit subscribe. 5-5 now in the tiebreak. Joint serving down the tee. Backhand return is going to go long. Sorry, Jimenez Kazintseva serving. So it's going to be a set point for Jimenez Kazintseva, the second one of this set, because she served for it twice. So it's Maya Joint 5-6 on serve. Are we going to go to a third set? Backhand here, cross court. Forehand of Maya Joint. Forehand Jimenez. Backhand for Maya Joint. Forehand to the backhand, to the forehand. Joint on the defense. Joint on the defense. Can she keep going on this defense? Yes, she can. Extra balls having to be hit from both players. And what defense there from Joint. Jimenez Kazintseva eventually folding 6-all, change of ends. Medvedev, no. Leylah Fernandez, no. Andreeva, no. Arnaldi, no. Shapovalov, no. Shapo just got the second set, okay. Come on, people. Top 50 player. Can't be many left. This player is playing the US Open. They're in the second round of the US Open. Not Musetti, Ashley. Yo, 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 Nerlan. Not Paolini, Jay. That's the second time someone's guessed that one. They are in the second round of the US Open. I know Paolini is. Schneider, no. I think she's top 50, yeah. Okay, joint on the serve here. Has joint gone long? No, she hasn't. We're into the rally. Joint on the forehand. Trying to go big on that forehand. Good defense there from Jimenez. Nice shape on the ball from Jimenez. Oh, but not nice shape there as she puts that forehand into the net. And it's going to be a match point, the first one for Maya Joint. Ashley, well done. It is indeed Karolina Mukova. That now reminds me of the question that we had earlier from Jake, which I'm going to find before I watch this match point, hopefully. Can't find it right now, but we've got the match point anyway. Oh, and she's got it! Maya Joint has done it! Oh, was that a double fault, by the way? Was that a double fault to end the match? I think it might be. I just took my eyes off it for a second, thinking we're going to have a rally here. Joint smoke, very good, Jay. Mukova. That's who it would be. And I'm going to answer this one in a second that I've got on the screen from Jake right now. Well, Maya Joint was down a double break in that second set. Double break deficits, by the way, the theme of the first round with Alexei Alvarez. Marta Kostyuk, by the way, her interview, I think, is lasting longer than Iga Swiatek's match. So, I predicted wins for Marta Kostyuk, tick. Maya Joint, tick. Suzan Lamens, tick. Iga Swiatek, tick. My last prediction was Beatrice Haddad Maya. Now, they are into a third set, albeit that Kartal is at love 30 on that serve. I've got this question on the screen, but I'm not going to answer it until Jake is back. So Maya Joint wins. And it's now just up to... Oh, Haddad Maya's got the break on Kartal. I think this would be a good time to check on the men's scores. Arnaldi is up 2 sets and a break on Cerundolo. Shapovalov, as Ghosty highlighted, won the first 2 sets over Fucsovics. And Musetti is up a break in the third set on Umpechi Pedicard. So he could be getting a 2-1 lead. I'm going to get Kartal up on this screen. Haddad Maia Kartal. My 5 predictions looking good. Haddad Maia is not exactly known for her swift matches. Is Kartal struggling physically? She might be. Look at her at the end of that rally, just all going down to her knees. Is she okay? You'd think 3 love here for Haddad Maia might just be enough. Just keep your concentration. Of course, there will be the distraction with Kartal's physical issues down the other end of the court. We've lost Jake, by the way. Just going to get my other laptop. So I said, Jake, I'm not answering the question till you're back, but you are back. And by the way, Jake, you missed Nurlan. You missed Nurlan. So now you are here. I can answer the question. Oh, did you hear, Jake, who I went for as my doubles partner? Hadad Meyer. 28 unforced errors from Hadad Meyer, which is 8 more than Cartal. Tells you a little bit about both players. As in, I mean, actually, it's probably a few more than I'd expect from Beatrice. Ooh, that's a nice forehand winner there from Cartal. She's really struggling physically, but I'm not sure that Hadad Meyer is in great shape either. So it might just be a case of Hadad Meyer trying to serve her way out of this. It's a good forehand winner there from Cartal. I think both players are struggling physically, so I think the game's advantage that Hadad Meyer might have if she gets to 3-love might just be enough to see her across the line. She's pushing that serve clock as well as the Brazilian. It's a decent serve from her. Is she going to put that forehand away? She is. 40-30. Swiatek through in straight sets. Suzan Lamens through in straight sets. Maya Joint through in straight sets. And Marta Kostyuk also through in straight sets against Katie Poulter. Do hit that like button, by the way. And of course, if you are new to the channel, hit subscribe. Game point here for Hadad Meyer. This stream will stay live until this match concludes. Forehand return from Cartal. Of course, Cartal right-handed. Hadad Meyer a lefty. Good defense there from the Brazilian. Now she goes cross-court. Backhand cross-court. Into the net goes Cartal. And it's 3-love. Beatrice Hadad Meyer. She looks focused. She looks determined. Not sure this level of tennis from either player is going to suggest a deep run, but there we go. Right now is all that matters for these two. And right now, Beatrice Hadad Meyer has a 3-love lead in the deciding set. On the men's side, we have Musetti serving for the third set. Cerundolo's broken back on Arnaldi, by the way. And Shapovalov is up a break in the third. So, Mr. Predictions King on the WTA side, maybe not quite so strong on the women's side, on the men's side, because I said earlier that Shapo and Fucsovics would not be a straight sets win for either player. And yet right now, Shapo does look like he's on course for a straight sets win. I did ultimately predict Shapo to win, but just didn't think he would do it that comfortably. Oh, Diallo beat Jamur in the end, did he? I didn't know that. It's a scoreline from yesterday that I'm just catching up with. I fell asleep basically during that match. I say during that match, Opelka Alcaraz was also getting my attention too. I thought Alcaraz would come through reasonably comfortably. I just felt as though he did get a break each set, and that would be enough. I just fell off the ground. I mean, Opelka, I know his head is far off the ground, but his tennis isn't. Yeah. And in terms of my doubles partner, I think I'm going to go with my man Jake. Big serve. I like that. That helps. Ghosty, I've heard that your mobility is akin to Riley Opelka's. That's what I've heard on the grapevine. Yeah. I'm going with my man Jake. It is a 2-horse race though, because Nurlan wasn't even close. Okay, into the rally here between Cartal and Beatrice Hadad Meyer. I mean, they're not exactly hitting the ball with much venom. I've seen more venom emerge from a snail. By the way, daddy longlegs have a vicious venom apparently, but they have no teeth with which to administer it. Okay, Jake, well, I'll take the forehand, you take the backhand. This is getting better with every comment. I'm guessing you're a righty, because I think you would have highlighted if you were a lefty by now. I played tennis yesterday and lost to Boiler Boy. It was a tough one, actually, because I won the first set 6-1. I think second set was 6-3. Oh, lovely forehand winner there from Haddad Meyer. She's got a vice-like grip on this match right now, as we see the Brazilian crowd supporting her. Jake and his B right backs, by the way, we know what they are. See you tomorrow. Tristan, you're always comfortable on your backhand side. And we've got 3 break points here for Haddad Meyer. She knows that I've backed her to win this match, and she's enjoying that expectation. Second serve as well for the Brazilian to look at. My goodness me, I think it's cramp for Cartal, by the way. Look at that. Of course, the translation across the pond, Jakey, for flatmate is, oh, it's a double fault from Sone. So it's 4-love. It's a bit of a tough watch right now with the cramp and then that double fault. Oh, that Liverpool game yesterday. Deary me. Newcastle. Yeah, Chapo in really good shape, isn't he? On court number 17 against Vucevic. Cerundolo holds. I wonder if Cerundolo's about to mount a comeback. Got to win this set, of course, because he's 2 sets to love down. Musetti wins the 3rd set over Mpechi Pedicard, by the way. Drop shot here from Cartal is not going to work. And it's going to be a winner from Haddad Meyer. 4-love, 15-love. But look, Haddad Meyer, I don't think is moving super comfortably in this set. Maybe that's just Beatrice. Look at that. Look at Haddad Meyer there, the way she just... I think she's struggling physically as well, you know. I think, look at that from Haddad Meyer. Look at Soni Cartal. This is certainly a case of survival of the fittest, you think? Look at the shot clock, by the way. I think she's going to lose a serve here. Yep, she does. Time violation. So time violation warning, I think. Was it time violation? I don't know if that's her first one. Look at that. Look at Haddad Meyer. She's struggling big style. But she's hit a winner off the forehand. I mean, neither player can move right now. She is more likely to win. It's a question here from Bockel Vocal. What a great name, by the way. Bitch is more likely to win. Yes, she is. Bockel Vocal, if you can hit subscribe, please do that on this channel. But she just... Honestly, yeah, this is a curious end to the match. She's good that she's got this 4-love lead. But look at that. It's a double fault. But you'd think, you know what? This might be... I know it's so weird, but unless she can shake the cramps, you know, Cartel could just hit a winner off this return, I think. Because I think Cartel's struggling, and there's going to be a fault there as well. I think Cartel is actually slightly better physically than Haddad Meyer right now. She might even double fault here. Look at that. I think it's just going to be 4-1. I think we're going to get to 4-1, and then Haddad Meyer's probably going to take a medical timeout, and hopefully that'll cure her malaise. Can she hit some big serves? Cartel might be best to just stand back here and just make sure you get that return in. She's hoping for a big serve here, look. Sonny, stand back, get that return in. I think you can move. There you go. Sonny just has to hit the ball in. She's not great, Sonny, in terms of physicality, but Beatrice can hardly move. And I think we're going to have a 4-1 change of end scenario. And Sonny Cartel does break, 4-1. Kopriva. I'm not sure he needs a lot more than wings today, I think. Now, this is going to be very interesting. Can she take an MTO? She might be better off just going big on these returns. She's lucky she's had a 4-love lead anyway, that's for sure. You're not technically allowed to take an MTO for cramp. That's the rule, isn't it? Well, you just say you got something else. Well. Let's see how this pans out. Quick look over at the men's. We've got Shapovalov 3-love up in the third on Fucsovics, also leading 2-love. Cerundolo's back under pressure on his serve in the third set against Arnaldi. Musetti leads by 2-1 over Petri Pedicard. Now, I'm interested to see how she moves now just to the baseline. Okay, she seems to be moving a bit better. But she's missed the return. You can see that she's going big on these returns. But she can't put the ball away. She's going to have to run for this drop shot, which she'll get to with a redrop. And she wins the point, 15-all. Yeah, didn't work, but I know what you mean, Ghosty. Jake, that's a fair point. Yeah, indeed, it is the battle of the broken. There you go, another fan of Sonne's, Ghosty. Good backhands here from Beatrice Haddad Meyer. She comes into the net. Drop shot from her, but that's not going to work, I don't think. But this will. Maybe Sonne didn't play that point very well. 15-30. Yeah, they weren't the most difficult net putaways, were they? Yeah, she is, Jake, yeah. But just not in quite as bad a way as Hadad Maya. She was the first one. I noticed at the beginning of this third set. She keels over and you're thinking, okay. And Hadad Maya at that point was okay, but it was just a few points later when Hadad Maya was the one, and her mobility is even more compromised than Soné's right now. Soné just can't afford to miss. Sure, pick it up a little bit like that, but you don't miss those, Soné. 15-40. Okay, Jake. All right. I wasn't completely familiar with her background. 30-40, good serve down the tee. That's good from Soné. That's good from Soné. She's going to get to deuce. Good. Actually, Ghosty was asking me earlier about her working class background, potential working class background. Who's the one, by the way, who's basically got, I think it's her father is a Conservative MP. I just remember her being asked, or just coming up. I think something about Brexit might have come up, or something came up a couple of years ago at Wimbledon with this one. I'm thinking Harriet Dart, but I could be wrong. Okay, Hadad Maya with a drive volley here, puts it away. She's got another break point. Yeah, she's moving better in this game, Ghosty. Still not perfect, but she's not basically stationary after every shot like she was in the previous game. And she's going to get a second serve here to look at. I'm expecting a pretty aggressive return here to try and dominate the point from this moment onwards. Oh, but she's missed it. Deuce. I mean, she's not a naturally aggressive player, of course. Yeah. Oh, his adult sister works for the tour. I thought it was a brother or a father or something. But okay, yeah. I mean, Harriet is a little, yeah. Alcaraz and Salon tomorrow. Oh, when is Alexiala playing? That's what I want to know. Is she 5 o'clock tomorrow? Am I understanding that correctly? Yeah, it looks like the schedules are out. Oh, my battery's gone on my... I'm here, still here, by the way. Just the scores are gone. Juice. What's going to go on here? She's not put the volley away. She's missed it. Has Hadad Maya. So game point for Sonny Cartal. Good forehand there from Beatrice Hadamard. It's helping her win the point. So we're back to deuce. Good play there from Cartal. Beatrice is moving a bit better now, though. I think she might just have enough energy to get through the rest of this match. One way or another, even if she doesn't break here. And Sonny is going to miss that. It's going to be another break point for Haddad Meyer. Yeah, some fun rallies, I agree. And we're back to deuce. Is Coco Gauff tonight 1 o'clock, by the way? Is that right? Or midnight for you in the UK? And she's got it. She's got the break, Haddad Meyer. 5-1 now she leads. Well, my bracket's looking good. 5 out of 5 it's looking like for today, so far on the women's side. Noskova Galfi. I told you that's the one to look out for. I saw something about me advising on a match to look out for in the chat from Ghosty earlier, but I don't know which one it was. Just seeing some Harriet Dart comments here. Who's the one that said Boisson smells? Is that Harriet Dart as well? Pretty bully-like behaviour, really. Are you sure 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Jay? Not 11 a.m. I think it's 11 a.m. Just reading some of these comments now. No, 5 hours, Ghosty, from New York to the UK. Okay, not before the US, not before 1 p.m. Okay, maybe. But where are you, Jay? Because that might be, yeah, might be putting it in your time zone. Let me have a look. Court 7, you said, right? Let me have a look. Court 7, where are you? Yeah, she's. Oh, you're right. You are right. 1 o'clock. Not before 1 o'clock. So that is 7 p.m. actually. You are right. Why are they not starting before 1 o'clock, by the way, on Court 7? Seems odd. Okay, match point, had admire. Juice, by the way. So one of the match points saved from Cartal. Oh, underarm serve here from Admire. That's not going to do the trick. And it's break point Cartal. Another match point, number 3 for Hadad Maya. Okay, where are you going with this? Down the tee, block return. Hadad Maya comes into the net, and she can't be passed. Thou shalt not pass, says the Brazilian. And she's through in 3 sets. 6-3, 1-6, 6-1. Lol, Hadad Maya kissed the net cord. Hadad Maya with the heart. Just laughing at some of the comments in the chat. So Hadad Maya battles her way through both cramp and this match. She looks really annoyed at something. What's she annoyed at? So, done. Sonny's out. Sorry, guys. Tom will be on tomorrow for a stream. I think. He said he would be. Fingers crossed. All right. Well, that brings this stream to an end. I'll catch up with you all very soon. Yeah. If not this evening, tonight, I'll see. Click the notification bell and you'll soon find out if there's one coming because you'll get notified by it when you click the notification bell. That's how it works, I believe. Make sure you hit the like button, of course. Give us a follow on Instagram if you aren't already doing so, at Talking Tennis TT. You can give us a follow on Twitter as well, at Talking Tennis 22. Our previous account, at Talking Tennis TT, is still suspended, and we still don't know why. No doubt some big fat cats have said that they don't like us. So that's that. But yeah, matches that have been completed today include a straight sets win for Marta Kostyuk over Katie Bolter, a straight sets win for Iga Swiatek over Arango, a 3-set win that we just saw there for Beatrice Hadad Maya over Sonny Kartal. Straight sets wins as well for Maya Joint and Suzan Lamens. All those players, of course, through to the second round. And we'll catch up with you all again very, very soon. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.